Hashtag the hidden costs of homeownership nobody tells you. Hashtag Realty Pulse, full narration script. Hashtag hook. The average American homeowner spends 44% more per year on their home than they ever budgeted for before buying. Not a little over budget. Nearly double. And the terrifying part is not the number itself, it is that most of these people considered themselves financially prepared. They ran the numbers. They met with lenders. They got pre-approved. And they still got blindsided. So if you are thinking about buying a home, or you already own one and feel like money is constantly disappearing, this video is going to change the way you think about real estate forever. Hashtag tease. Over the next 10 minutes, you are going to discover exactly which costs are quietly draining homeowners every single month, why your mortgage payment is actually the least of your financial worries, and the one hidden expense that almost no real estate agent will voluntarily bring up during a sale because it would kill deals overnight. We will also break down what sophisticated buyers do differently to protect themselves before they ever sign a contract. The information ahead is not designed to scare you away from homeownership. It is designed to make sure you go in with your eyes wide open. Hashtag background. For generations, the American dream has been packaged around one central image: a house with a yard, a white picket fence, and a sense of permanent stability. Real estate agents, mortgage lenders, and financial advisors have all reinforced the same narrative: renting is throwing money away, and buying is building wealth. And there is real truth inside that message. Home equity is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools available to ordinary families. But somewhere in the excitement of touring properties and competing in bidding wars, an enormous financial blind spot developed in our culture. The conversation always focused on the mortgage. What is your monthly payment? What is your interest rate? Can you afford the down payment? What almost nobody asked, and what lenders had zero financial incentive to ask, was this: what does it actually cost to own and maintain this asset over time? The mortgage industry is built around getting you qualified and getting the deal closed. Your long-term maintenance budget is simply not their problem. And that structural gap in the conversation has left millions of homeowners financially stretched, frustrated, and confused about why owning a home feels so much more expensive than they expected. Hashtag main content. Let us start with the most foundational hidden cost, the one that financial planners have been quietly using for decades but almost never makes it into a first-time buyer conversation. It is called the 1% rule. The general guideline is that homeowners should budget at least 1 to 2% of their home's total purchase price every single year for maintenance and repairs. On a $400,000 home, that is $4,000 to $8,000 annually, and that is just for upkeep. Not upgrades. Not renovations. Basic maintenance. Now pair that with property taxes. Nationally, the average effective property tax rate sits around 1.1%, but in states like New Jersey, Illinois, and Connecticut, that number climbs past 2%. On a $400,000 home in a high-tax state, you could be paying $8,000 to $10,000 per year in property taxes alone before you have fixed a single leaking pipe. Then comes homeowners insurance. The national average for a standard policy in 2024 landed around $2,200 annually, but that figure has been surging. In coastal states like Florida and Louisiana, premiums have more than doubled over the last 5 years due to climate-related risk. Some Florida homeowners are now paying $10,000 to $15,000 per year just for insurance coverage. And if you live in a flood zone, which FEMA has been quietly expanding, you may need a separate flood insurance policy on top of that. But here is what nobody talks about. These three costs, maintenance, taxes, and insurance, are just the baseline. They exist every single year regardless of whether anything goes wrong. This is money that generates zero return. You are not building equity with it. You are simply keeping the asset alive. Now let us talk about the systems inside your home, because this is where people truly get caught off guard. The average HVAC system lasts 15 to 20 years and costs between $5,000 and $12,000 to replace. A standard roof lasts 20 to 25 years with a replacement cost ranging from $8,000 to $20,000 depending on size and materials. A water heater lasts 8 to 12 years and costs between $1,000 and $4,000. When you spread these replacement costs across their useful lifespan, you are absorbing hundreds of dollars per month in what financial planners call deferred cost, money you are not paying today but absolutely will pay tomorrow. Hashtag deep dive. Here is a number that genuinely stops people cold. According to a Harvard Joint Center for Housing Studies report, American homeowners spend an average of $1 trillion per year on home improvements and maintenance combined. $1 trillion annually. That is not a construction industry statistic, that is money coming directly out of homeowner pockets, year after year, in virtually every economic condition. So why does this keep catching people by surprise? Because real estate culture has trained buyers to think in monthly payments, not in total cost of ownership. Your lender shows you a monthly mortgage figure. Your agent walks you through monthly carrying costs. Your financial calculator focuses on monthly cash flow. Nobody hands you a 20-year projected cost of ownership spreadsheet and says, here is what this house will actually cost you over time. Homeowner association fees are another area that demands serious attention. In 2024, roughly 26% of all housing units in the United States were part of an HOA. Average monthly dues nationally run between $200 and $300 per month, but in high-demand urban markets or luxury communities, fees can exceed $1,000 monthly. And beyond the regular dues, HOAs can levy special assessments, one-time charges for major community repairs, that can run tens of thousands of dollars with very little warning. These assessments are often not disclosed clearly during the buying process. Let us also address the cost most people dramatically underestimate: utilities. When buyers compare a rental to a home purchase, they forget that the home is typically larger, older, and less energy efficient than the apartment they left. The average annual energy bill for a U.S. homeowner now exceeds $2,200, with older homes in cold climates pushing $4,000 to $6,000 per year. Add water, sewer, trash collection, and internet, and utility costs alone can add $400 to $700 monthly to your real cost of ownership. Landscaping is quiet but relentless. Even modest lawn care, mowing, fertilizing, basic maintenance costs the average homeowner between $1,000 and $2,000 per year. Larger properties, pool ownership, or professional landscaping can push that figure past $5,000 annually. Hashtag analysis. When you add it all together, the picture becomes undeniable. Take a $400,000 home with a 6% mortgage interest rate and a 20% down payment. Your monthly principal and interest payment is approximately $1,900. But then layer in property taxes, insurance, HOA fees, maintenance reserves, utilities, and landscaping, and your true all-in monthly cost of ownership can easily reach $3,200 to $3,800 per month, 60 to 90% higher than the mortgage payment alone. This is why so many homeowners feel financially suffocated within the first 2 to 3 years of purchase. They budgeted for a mortgage. They did not budget for ownership. The buyers who navigate this successfully do a few things differently. They request a full 5-year history of utility costs from sellers before closing. They hire independent home inspectors who specialize in system lifespans, not just pass-fail evaluations,